Hi everybody, and welcome on board this lovely little sailing boat from the Cornish factory. And we're going to have a look around the boat in virtual reality. So what does that mean to you? Well, that means that you can look around where you like, when you like. You don't have to look where I'm looking. And we hope it will feel like you're on the boat, so you can feel like you know the boat and you visited it before you actually come and see it. How cool is that? All you need to do is swipe your screen up, down, left or right, or click your screen and drag up, down, left or right, and you can look around where you like, when you like. Some people are a little sensitive to the movement of the camera, so if I'm going to move the camera, I will let you know so you can avert your eyes, and then once we're safely back down, the camera's back down again, I'll let you know and you can return to the tour with me. But let's hope that doesn't happen. So here we are, and do excuse the odd dab because it is quite hot today. Here we are, we're sitting in this cockpit of this really lovely traditional looking boat. These boats are well known for the quality of build, for their sailing quality, and they're sought after boats. They're really, really popular, and I know why, because they're really, really pretty. I really like the traditional lines. This particular boat, so as you can see in the cockpit, we've got plenty of room. I'm 5'9", I've got room to spread my legs here, and I've got a nice seat here, so we've got seats port and starboard, and we've got something to rest our back on here, and we've also got seating on the rails as well if we want to, although we need to make sure we're hanging on and we've got our life jackets on because we don't have guardrails on the boat. The coamings are nice and high as well, so whilst I'm on a smaller boat and I feel like I'm in the cockpit, I do feel slightly protected, cosseted, that little bit of isolation between me in the water that I don't want to be in. So really, really nicely done. Very nice indeed. Now looking down at the deck, you can see we've got plenty of room here. It's non-slip. We've got the bilge pump handle here. We've got a self-draining sinkhole down here, or scupper, sorry, shouldn't say sinkhole. But yes, we've got a self-draining cockpit here, and all looking very nice and clear. Not a problem at all. The camera itself is sitting on the lazarette. In here we have quite a deep locker for your anchor, for your fenders, all that kind of stuff. Runs thwartships as lazarettes do. I mentioned the bilge pump handle here, and then either side here you've got two binnacles here with the cover at the front, or a fiddle at the front, where you can stick your gloves, your binoculars, your handheld GPS, whatever it is you would like to keep safe and secure there. And around the helm we've got plenty of room, so we've got seating everywhere. The helm handle, or the tiller I should call it, is away at the moment. That's down below. You'll probably see it later on in the video. But at the back of this section we've got a nice hole here in the deck through which the Tohatsu 6 horsepower 4-stroke protrudes, and the advantages of that are that you can easily get it off, take it away for maintenance if you want. You can take the lid off and have a good old maintain and check if you want to. Downside, of course, is it's going to be a little bit noisier, but as we're on a yacht, hopefully you'll be using that to get out of the harbour, and then the engine off, sails up, or the other way around, and all should be good. Very nice indeed. The main sheet, as you can see, is right across the stern, so you've got the traveller across the stern of the boat, so there's no main sheet getting in the way here, which is lovely, although obviously we do have to be wary that the boom is quite low as we're on a smaller boat, so we're going to be just being careful as we go through those jibes and even the tacks as well. But very nice cockpit. We have got some dirt in here, etc., but under it all I think she'll polish up quite well. She's feeling nice and clean, just needs a bit of a hose down from whatever's come down with the rain in recent weeks. Very good indeed. And now looking forward, we can see that we have an entrance to the accommodation down below. We've got a full spray hood. I won't call it a cockpit tent because it doesn't come over the cockpit, although you may be able to extend it if you wish. But once we're inside, or even when we're outside, we can roll the back down, and we've got a complete enclosed area there. So that would keep the cold and the rain and the wind, etc. out. And if you wanted to stay down there for a weekend or overnight, maybe at anchor, or after a hard day's sailing, etc., there are two berths down there, and it'll be a little bit more like camping than boats normally are, but you've got the protection from the spray hood here. That does roll down and give you a complete effective canvas wall there. That canvas wall does have a window in it as well, so coupled with the windows at the front, you've got good light down there. One of the windows does need restitching, but I do think, and there are areas of the tent or the spray hood that do need attention, but I think that with some minor repairs this could last a few more seasons yet, although it is of an age. But that would be up to you to decide. Now, to get inside, we basically climb over this hump, and that is a great big locker here, runs athwartships, and in here we've got the lifting keel gear, and we've got a big locker, so lots of room for all your weekend stuff. You could probably get a good couple of big soft bags in there with all of your weekend gear, etc., etc. So let's pick you up for the first time, and I'll just take you over there. I'll place you on the lid of that locker. There we go, so you can see inside, and I will venture inside. So it's a bit of a crawl over, and we're in. Excuse the view, and here we are inside. Now I'm 5'9". And you can see I'm stooping slightly. With this down, I wouldn't need to stoop, obviously. With this up, I've got the protection. I'm stooping slightly, but when we're in, if we're preparing to go to bed and sleep, once we're in here, then it doesn't matter if you're stooping or not, because you'll be lying down, so no worries at all. But it does give that feeling of safety, a feeling of being isolated away from the weather slightly, and also gives you the shelter should the weather be coming in and you want to carry on sailing, or if you just want to get your head down at the end of a hard day. Pretty good. On the port side, we've got a nice, reasonably long berth here, reasonably wide, should be comfy enough for a night or two. We've got storage underneath, not accessed via the top, but accessed via a little door on the side here. So we've got port and starboard storage, port and starboard berths here that run all the way forwards there, and underneath the forward cushions here, we've got a nice big locker again. You could put your weekend stuff in there. You might want to store food and water, that kind of stuff in there. No worries at all. A shelf port and starboard as well for all your gear. You can see we've got the oars. We've got all sorts of bits and pieces piled up on the right hand side here. Could do. You can see we could do with a wipe around all the way. The upholstery in places could do with being wetted and soaped and give it a good scrub. But generally speaking, I think you could probably pick this boat up, and she's kind of not, I would never say ready to go, because I'm not qualified to say that, but I would say that there's little to do to make her your own. I would just give her a good clean through, check the engine service, check the sails, check the rigging, etc., etc. But a survey will give you all the information you need. But other than that, she's a very nice little boat. She needs sailing. She's not been used properly for a while. Everything that should come with her seems to be here to me. So yeah, really love her, and yeah, in a few years maybe the sort of thing I might be looking at, because she is very, very pretty. Anyway, thank you for watching, and do go to our YouTube channel, where you'll see dozens more reviews, from the smallest little fishing boats and sailing boats like this to the biggest boats, the most expensive boats in Sussex. Take care.